Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for being here today. As we previously mentioned in the memo that we sent out earlier this week, my staff and I have found a very glaring issue within the decline of enrollment at Nicholls State. So, as we all know, Nicholls State prides itself on being a very personable and friendly university where students can get one-on-one help with their professors if needed. The reason we can achieve this is because our student to faculty ratio is so low. And this is a very positive thing that many students would love and look to in a college. However, we are still seeing a drastic decline within our enrollment in the past 2 years. And this decline is causing a domino effect within our university. If we do not get to the root of this problem, not only will students suffer, but our staff will begin to suffer as well. A university thrives on its students. The students are the backbone of every single university. So fortunately, we have found this problem early enough that we can start damage control on it right away. And my staff and I have gathered tons of research regards to this problem and have also outlined some possible solutions to fix this problem. So let's begin with the basic statistics that we know of this university. So the current number of students enrolled as of fall 2022 is 5,899 students. Now, let's take it back to the fall of 2020. The total of students enrolled was 6,780. Now, as you can see, that is a pretty drastic drop in just 2 years. In fact, that is almost a 10% drop. So, we can look at the two obvious factors to blame for this decline, and that is a Hurricane Ida that hit us last year that was devastating to the community as well as our students. We also can blame the COVID-19 pandemic that hit the year 2020. That was very hard as well for students. So to be a college student right now is very hard and troubling. In an interview with Home and Today, Dr. Clune expected this decline and expressed how tough it is just to be a student in Louisiana right now. However, he is hopeful in repairing this decline and says that the community as well as his staff are all here for him and that they were here for anything that our students and faculty needs. And he's very confident in repairing this decline. Now, how does this affect us? So, obviously a decline in enrollment will be fewer people paying tuition, which will result in less money for the program and our overall university. This will prevent us from getting newer facilities, a higher salary for professors, and an overall better education for our students. This is why we need to bring this problem to light and get it the attention it needs. Because if we don't fix it now, it will continue to snowball into a greater and greater problem. So now let's look at the other question at hand. How does this decline affect our students and our future enrollments? This is the question that we need to answer in order to fix this problem. So, as many of you all know, many high school students, they crave the same college experience, right? They want it to be enjoyable, sociable, and they're mostly excited about the freedom. They're going to live the next 4 years on their own without guardians telling them what to do. So the students will look at the social aspects, right? They will look at something totally different from what the parents will look at. So the students will look at the social aspects of college, such as Greek life, the campus life, and what activities there are to do around the campus and outside of campus. The parents, however, on the other side, will look at the degree programs and the rate at which students are graduating. This is where I feel that we as a university lack. When it comes to student life on campus, it is very dry compared to other universities. I want to blame this partly on the fact that Nicholls State is a very high commuter college. So, according to U.S. News, 18% of students live in college-owned, operated, or affiliated housing, and 82% of students live off campus. That is a very high number for a college. So, I decided to do even more research on the opinions of the students that are either here at Nicholls now or have graduated. And they also agreed that the worst thing about Nicholls State is that it is mostly a commuter school. With a school that is mostly commuters, there's always a low attendance at evening events held on campus. That's obvious, right? That everybody's going home for the weekends, or they're even leaving each day to go back home just because they're commuting from home to class, home to class. This makes it super hard to keep holding events and keep it sociable on campus when the weekends can be so desolate. So this is something that a high school student, when they're choosing a college, is going to look at, and it will cause them to choose another one over Nichols. So this is something that we need to fix. Our university rarely holds events. This is where I feel that we could fix. So obviously, our demographics is something that we have no control over. We are no LSU. We have no big downtown area that all the students can go hang out at every weekend. So now that we know we can't fix demographics, but we can fix what we do on campus. So we need to start by hosting more events. We very rarely, as I mentioned before, host any events on the weekends. It's so important that we do this because it boosts the morale on campus. Like I said, we live in a very rural area. We don't have much around, but that doesn't mean we can't control what we do on campus on the weekends to just keep our brand up. So, after talking to more students about this, they also brought up another very, very important issue, that our social media. So let's talk about that. So one problem is that we don't host enough events on campus. We fixed that. But now another problem is that many of the students don't even know that the events were happening because we have a very low social media presence. We aren't on the high popular social media accounts that we need to be on. That's the main way that students are communicating now, is through TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. We don't have that high of a presence on those, and we need to. By getting on those, that'll spread the word of these events and reach who we need to reach so that the turnout rate can become a little bit better. Also, just in general, going on social media will help spread what Nichols is about and boost that morale that we very greatly need right now. So that is another good solution to the problem at hand. Now, you may ask, what does all this even have to do with our enrollment with our future students? So it's simple. By hosting more events and exciting things to do will cause more students to want to come here. It looks exciting. It looks fun. It looks like something that they are wanting to come to and be a part of. I'm going to reiterate, we cannot change the demographics of our campus. We cannot change that people want to commute, but we can change what we do here on campus. And right now we are very low with the activities and the social aspects of it, because I feel like we're still in the mindset of COVID and we're afraid to have these big gatherings when we need to get back to that to help just boost everything. We have a very bad branding problem right now. Now, let's switch the mood. So let's look at some positive things here. So although our enrollment rates are down 10%, our retention rate is continuing to rise. So according to US News, the freshman retention rate is 73%, which is above the national average. What this means is that the majority of freshmen stay here at Nichols after their freshman year. So what that tells us is that the problem isn't getting them here, the problem isn't keeping them here, it's getting them here. Like we said, we talked to students and they said that they love Nichols. Once they're here, they love the tight-knit community. They love that home feeling, that family feeling that they want after they leave home. Size was never our problem. It was just how we branded our college and what we do on campus and how we have weekends so desolate without hosting anything. So, to piggyback off that, when high schoolers are making their big decision on where they want to come for the next 4 years, our job is to make Nichols look as fun and exciting and like where they want to belong for the next 4 years. Our choice that we want them to make is we want our college to be their first choice in the thousands of other options that they have. And by doing all that we said that we need to implement now will help in choosing Nichols State. Now, to sum this up, let's take a step back and outline everything we said today. So our students face a lot of trials and tribulations, right? They have faced hurricanes. They have even had to face for the first year the pandemic. So, however, though, despite all of these obstacles, they're still wanting to stay here at Nichols. So, our sole purpose and priority now is to get new students here. So, as I said, my team has given 2 big solutions to this problem. Number 1, getting the campus more involved. Campus life is very dry. We need to just get everyone together, host more activities, whatever it may be, and getting better with our posts on social media, having a higher presence, having more of a voice, showing what we're about, so that this will spread more, and then soon-to-be college students sees what Nichols State has to offer. So, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to listen to this report. It's going to take everybody's help to come together and stop this decline. However, I'm so confident in our staff's ability to stop this decline and bring Nichols State back into the spotlight. Thank you.